Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making cards. A couple birthday cards and a Mother's Day card, and then I want to show you the Valentine's cards that I made. Okay, I'm going to zoom down and let's show you what we're going to be making today. Okay, this is one of them. This is a birthday card, and it is a partial design from my pressed floral work called Petals of Love, and it's a scrap. You know, I call them Decorative Art Collection, my Decorative Art Collection. I have that the full design of that in my pressed floral gallery. And then this is one that we're going to be making similar to this one, and this is from my scraps of my watercolor designs, and this is the full design is called it's called Blown Glass, and this is actually a print when we make up our printed 5x7 cards of my watercolor work. And then this is another one, and it's sending you warmest wishes on your special day, and I thought it would be a nice birthday card. We're going to make one similar to this, and these are various flowers. These are prints, scraps of my pressed floral work. So I'm going to attempt to zoom in so that we can see it really close. Okay, my 8.5 by 11 paper was cut 7 by 10 and scored at 5 inches. Okay, now we're going to put a panel on top of that, and I like to make them with my watercolor. This is watercolor paper, so I'm going to be putting that on with an ATG gun. Nobody's going to see this side. I like to do half at a time. This ATG gun likes to be like down, so it works just better that way. I do half at a time, and this stuff is really good. You could put it across the top if you want and bottom, but I don't. Okay. Alright, and just eyeball it as good as you can. Okay. And now we're going to take my Decorative Art Collection paper. I'm going to lay it about right there. I think I want it because we're going to put a sentiment right down here. Then we're going to attempt to put a border around here. And what I like to do is, I'll show you what I use for that. You know those 12 by 12 cardstock papers that you get? Well, this one is actually all, almost all gone. Actually, it is gone. And so then what I do is I take this part off of it. Some of them have it and some of them don't. I'll show you what they look like. These strips on the top. I like to save these. And, you can get some really pretty colored papers that way for anything that you want to make with them. Some of them have patterns to use. I think they're really nice, and what I do is I just peel them off when I want to use one, and then what I do is I have this it's like a file, because it's the perforated area is like right here, so you can see that, and I don't like that look. Can you see that? Let's see, there you go. Okay, so what I've done is I actually filed my 3, and I cut my 3 that I'm going to actually put down to make a frame for this, but I left one so that I can show you how I do this. And I'll put this aside because it kind of gets the paper a little bit. See, I just file it like that. So I just like the the smooth look of these better. And I find that I use this quite a bit in my card making and other projects that I use. And I don't know where I got this file. It was actually my husband's. You know what I think it was? Sometimes he'll do this to when he cuts our mat boards for our, the framing he does. And when he cuts the mats, he'll use it, on the mats, on the edges sometimes to make it smooth. I think that's where I got this. Long time ago. I've had this in my craft room for a long time. There, now it just makes a better look to that. I like that better. All right, so let's put that down. And let's see, I'm going to be putting, I think, let's see, I wrote this down because I like, okay, so this is, actually, let me see how this is. I think this is, so I can tell you the measurements of this. Yes, it's 5.5, so it's a 5.5 on both sides. And then this measurement is 3.5. So, so then I like to put the right side down first. But first I'm going to put some more ATG gun stuff on this part to get that down first. When I make my cards, I like to, you know, use dimensionals at times, but not a lot, because, you know, when you go to mail them, I don't like them too thick, because I'll show you what I have. Let me put this down. I'll show you. You might not be aware of, if it's too thick and it doesn't go through the mail, then you got to pay, you know, 15 cents extra. Stamps, you know, are 50 cents. This is a letter size mail dimensional standards template, and after I make a card, if I think it's too thick, I'll, you know, with the envelope out enclosed, I'll put it through to make sure it goes through, through this hole here. If it doesn't go through, that means that I'm going to have to put another stamp on it. So I like to kind of watch that. So let's see. So I got that on. And now we're going to put this right side. And I know that my ATG gun is like wider than this, but you know what, this ATG tape is just so it's so nice to use, because I know, you know, it will never go off. It'll never, you know, it'll never get off the paper. This is like, adheres so well, is what I'm trying to say. And so what I do is I just poke the you know, the glue down. All right, so I'm going to do the right side first, and again I just kind of eyeball it, make my edge. Okay, and then I'll do the bottom. Poke that tape underneath it, and then you put it right on the edge of that. So I'm going to put it, see where I'm putting, let me see, there you go, right here on the edge. And then I'm going to do the top. Or actually, let's see, this is the side. I'm going to do the top first. So I'll do the little one first, because I like to, I'll show you what that does. If you do on the top, and of course you want to put that glue underneath, otherwise when you put it in the envelope, you'll have glue, you know, it'll stick to the envelope inside. Okay, so there's the top there. I think I'll turn it around here. Okay. And then this side. Just takes a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it, because this is such a good, you know, it adheres so well. And then this part here, along with this part. Okay, almost perfect. I am going to cut a little bit of that off, because I like it just so that it will end up right at the edge there. has to be straight. There. Okay, great. So it's under, over, you know, over, under. I like it like that, you know, kind of crisscrossed. Okay. All right, so now let's make our sentiment. Remember, it's a birthday card, so we're going to get, I have stuff all over my desk. It's really amazing what you do use, you know, to make a few cards, but it's all worth it because they're just so pretty, I think. So these are the stamps I'm going to use. I'll show you. It's from Inkadinkado, and we're going to be using this one, pretty one, and then it says birthday wishes. And I just love this packet. I use it quite often. Okay, and we're going to be embossing, so I want to get some paper underneath this. And this is my watercolor paper still. And embossing works really well on watercolor paper. I was really happy to do that, to find that out, really. Okay, so then I want to get my VersaMark watermark pad, and then I'll put that on. Okay, I'm going to stamp that. And I like these because you can see through this. I think it's just going to fit. Let's see, yeah. I like to give it a good, solid impression. Okay, and we're going to put some green on it, and I'll show you just a minute. I want to get this on first. These are from Stupendous, and they come in a variety of colors. Now, let me see where I put that. Like I say, I have things all over. I have a drawer open. I know I have that somewhere. I moved it to get it out. That's why I can't find it. Anytime you move something. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here they are. Stupendous. I've shown you these before, and I just love them. Look at that blue. Isn't that beautiful? And the red, and the kind of a gray. This is the green. So let's move that around a little bit. Isn't that pretty? Looks pretty good. I have my brush on my other desk. Hold on 1 minute, please. What I do is I use an old brush. It's an old acrylic brush, and anything that goes, you know, the powder that goes where I don't want it, I just use this acrylic brush. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to turn the heat gun on just for a little bit. This is called a Milwaukee. Let's see if I can show you the name. Here it is. And probably upside, is it upside down? No. No. There. Milwaukee. And I'm going to turn it on now, okay? And now we're going to be doing the birthday wishes, and it's on my block, and I like to use a separate, I'm not going to do it right, you know, I could do it right on here, but I actually do like to put it on a different paper, just in case it doesn't, you know, the impression doesn't turn out. And then, you know, I'll just do another one on this paper, so I don't have to to be concerned that if I put it on there, and if it doesn't turn out, then I'll have to do that again. So I'm going to again take my VersaMark pad. And then I'm going to stamp this. I'll put it right here. Get a good impression. I like to leave that on just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to do it with the same color. And all I'm going to do, because it's on the paper, all I have to do now is just scoop it up and put it on there. It looks really nice. I like it. Okay. So then we'll take our heat. What I like to do is I like to heat a little bit, get it heated up first, and then I put it on there. Okay, now we're going to simply cut these out. It's a little hot. It does get really hot, don't these hot, I call them hot guns, get really hot. And I'm using my Tim Holtz scissors. I've mentioned these before. I just love them. You're getting all the nooks and crannies that you need to get into. Okay, that's that. Then I'm going to cut this out. I like to move the paper when I do this. Kind of make it look a little decorative, It's real pretty. And kind of twist it the way the design is. I just think this is so pretty. It just frames your sentiments so beautifully. I was just going to make all sentiments, like a whole bunch of sentiments for, one card, so I have a bunch of sentiments, for my next card making time. Or maybe have them offer them to you guys, have them available for you. But I decided that I like to make the sentiments when I make the card, because I like to match different papers and such, so I didn't do that. And plus it takes a lot of time, so I didn't do that. But I did make a bunch of cards, and later on I'm going to show you some of the cards I made. I made actually 45 cards. Anyway, so now, all right, I'm going to just actually, oh, that's my bird cloud. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little, this is ColorBox, and it's green. This is my sponge that I use. I'm going to put a little green around this because it's kind of, it's all pink, so I'm going to distinguish that a little bit. Okay, so we're going to just set this aside just for a second. I'm going to wipe my hands, and I use these they're baby wipes from Costco. My daughter gets them for me from Costco. They're Kirkland baby wipes. So thank you, Leah. And so I'm going to put that on now. I'm going to use just a little bit of paper here so that it's has ink on it, so I don't want to get it on my desk in case it gets on other papers. But I do want to put that on. I think I could do that. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to put a little put a little on here, I think, too. Just get it a little, Yeah, that looks kind of nice. Okay. And it's stuck there. I have to put more paint. I didn't think about that. Okay, let's put some more tape on there. There we go. And I am seeing that if that kind of bothers me right there, so I am going to get a permanent marker. Just a second here. For some reason I didn't have enough powder right there. I didn't look at that closely. Okay, let me see. Oh, I think I'll get maybe this one or this one. Let's see. Where am I? You know, I have two desks in my craft room here, and I do my card making on the other desk, and I do my my videos on here. So so I have a lot of the my materials that I use. It's not quite the same color. I'm gonna go with this one. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's gonna, there, nobody's ever gonna know, right? These are really nice. I love these Sharpies, permanent Sharpies. They were a gift from my son, and just love them. And that's what you can do when that happens. Okay, and then, do I like this? Yeah, I think I'll just keep it just like this. All right, let me wipe my hands again. Okay. And then I'm going to get just some paper here, because we're going to put it on our card now. And I'm going to put some dimension on this, actually, just to bump it up just a little bit, because we're going to put it right here. And it won't be too thick, you know, to mail, so it'll be fine. Oh, this is from Scotch. I just love this stuff. And because you can tear it off, and it works really easily. Okay, there, see a little the green got on here. So all right, so let's see where I want this. How about right about here's pretty, isn't it? Can you see that? Let me move it up a little bit. Oh, that looks pretty. I like that. Okay, I'm just gonna press it, and there's our card. I think it makes a really pretty card, don't you? There, I love it. I love the colors. I think that's why I enjoy making cards so much. Okay, and our next card is going to be the birthday card, or the the Mother's Day card. Okay, these are all of the materials that I cut for this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a panel on it. And this is one of my watercolor panels. It's going to be real pretty purple. It's the same kind of idea with these panels. I just, you know, love to make these. What I do is I make them. I don't know if you've seen my other videos. If you have, you've probably seen me or talk about how I do this. I just, you know, use when I do my painting. My watercolor paintings, I have, you know, in my palette, I have leftover paint. And instead of throwing out the paint, I make these panels for cards. So it works really well. All right, so now this card, what we're going to do is we have a couple sentiments to make, but I think what we can do is we can make our, we can put our picture down here. And this one, let's see, was from another painting I did. One is called Blown Glass, and this one, what was this one called? had the name of that written down somewhere. Well, you can go in my watercolor gallery and you can see another picture I have of some vases. And let's see, I'm going to line this up of my last one that I showed you, and so I get it kind of in the same place. I think that would be helpful. I use that example. All right, now it's littler, so I want to just go kind of in the middle there like that. And because it's littler, we're going to be using a wider ribbon for this bottom. Well, you can see the sun. The sun is really shining really nicely today. See how this ribbon is a little thinner, but this is wider because this picture is smaller, you know. Okay, so then I have this little part done. This was embossed, and you know, just to save some time. So it says, wishing you a day filled with good things. And this is a Mother's Day card. And that'll be coming up in May, of course. Let's see, here we go. You know, I send my daughters and daughter-in-law a Mother's Day card. Because there's, you know, they're such good mothers. You know, I just want to cheer them on, you know. And so, and then let's put our ribbon on. How I'm going to do that, I'm going to use this, it's called double-sided tape by Scrappin Gear. And the best way to do this, I found, is to put the tape right on the ribbon. Okay. Because then you know it'll get right on the ribbon. And then I'm going to cut it. I can find my scissors. Oh yeah, here they are. Way over here. Okay. And you know, there's two ways you can do this. Now, the first way looks like I put this, I'll show you. This card, I tucked it under the panel. You can do that. That's a really nice way to do it too. And then you can put, you know, tape, double-sided tape on the ribbon, and then it'll just stick underneath. This one I'm going to put the tape on top just because I wanted to show you this tape. Let's see here, and I'm going to cut that here. See if this is going to work. Might have worked better the other way actually, but I wanted to show you that. So this just comes off like this. You have to find the edges of it first. Kind of tricky. There it is, and it just comes off like that. And let's see if I can grab that other end here. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this card here. And I think what I'll do is I'll put it all the way across. You know, like this one, remember, I tucked it under the panel. That's one way. And then, or this way, you can tuck it, or you can just put it right on top of here. You want to, there we go. There. And then what I like to do is I like to take my scissors and open the card and cut it. And this one, just cut it. Now this, oh, this is surprising. This didn't cut very well. Well, wait a minute here. Maybe it'll show better this way. If I go like this. Yeah, then I can see it better there. Beautiful. Okay, you just have to turn the card over. All right. So now we got that done. And then now, excuse me, we're going to be embossing the Mother's Day sign. This here, the Mother's Day sign. Ooh, that sun is it's really sunny. Might have to close my blinds. I hope that doesn't. Let me try closing my blinds a minute. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I took this piece of paper, watercolor, because I thought it would look really pretty with this. So I'm going to emboss this also. Now, yeah, there I am. Okay. All right. So let's take the VersaMark again, the pad. And let's stamp that. I'm going to get some of the purple in there. This says Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to put some more. There we go. And I actually forgot to save room for my ribbon. So I am going to do this again, and then I'll just have another, I'm going to move it over. I'm going to have another stamp. You know, another sentiment for some other time. I don't ever throw anything out. Do you guys? Do you guys save things? I do, because I always use stuff on other things. All right, so now I want to use my purple this time. Yeah, so I think I have one, yep, one up here, one kind of down here. Okay. There we go. Oh wow, I have a lot of, you know what I did? I picked up, I moved my stamp. Let's see if I can get that off. Yeah. All right, let's get our heat going. And I am going to use one of these wipes to get some of this off my pad here. See how much that got on there when I blew it? Blew it away. Sure don't want that on my papers. Okay. And I keep Kleenex in my craft room because I always use that too. For sure. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now we got our beautiful card here. And for the Mother's Day, I am going to be using, I'll show you. It's, I wonder if I have room to put it on this table here. It's my oldie but goodie cutter, my paper cutter. It's so old that it's a Boston. You can't see it all, but there I can at least fit it on there and cut it. It's so old I have to put a popsicle stick under one part of it because I lost some kind of rubber thing that goes on it. But I'm going to be cutting two of these. So I have two sentiments here, which is nice. One day I'll use the other one. I'm sure I will. Okay. But I love this Boston cutter. All right. It's a Boston 2612. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Okay. Now we're going to put our sentiment on that I just made. Okay. And put it right here. I'm just going to put it on with my ATG gun again. just love this ATG gun stuff. Okay, put it right there. And I'm going to put my ribbon. Did I show you the ribbons that I have? You might have seen them. It's on my artist blog. Pictures. Let me show you this. Every January I organize, my ribbons. And I found this really nice. I was going to actually use this for my jewelry stuff, but I'm not doing jewelry right now, so I'm using this for my ribbons that I organize, and they're all by color too. Like, look at this, isn't this pretty? All these white ones and the green. Here's some red ones, multicolor. I just love it. So I save little bits of ribbon from my projects. Like I say, I don't throw much out. And then I make these little ribbons for the cards. I'm going to cut this just a little bit. So I like little these little long, they're not too long. I like them littler than longer, these little things. There we go. And I'm going to be using these Zots. They're really nice to hold. This is the small kind, permanent. Small permanent. They have small, medium, large, I believe. And then I like to open them up. They come in a roll. And then I like to push whatever I'm going to put on down onto the Zot, and pick it up, pick that glue up, and stick it on wherever I'm going to stick it. And it's really sticky. So, okay, so I want it about right there. That's pretty. You could tuck that under the little glue that it's on, just a little bit. I want it underneath so it doesn't stick on my envelope, and push it on there. There we go. There, I think that looks really pretty. And then what I'd like to do is, I thought that it needed something here and maybe something on there. So I want to use these liquid pearls. This is kind of purplish. I don't know if you can see that. It's made by Ranger. And now sometimes they get clogged, right? You've probably used these before. So what I use is called a drill bit chuck. And what I like to do is I like to stick it in here and twist it and turn it, and it'll pull it out. And then I use my wipe to wipe it off. And let's see if it's going to work for me. Now, let's see. And mine have gotten, I've had these for a number of years. There, works real nice. Mine have gotten kind of thick in here, actually. I've had them, I must have had them maybe 5 years now. And I'm just wondering if anybody knows, how to thin that out. I don't know. But what happens is, if I noticed, see, these dry after a while, and this little part will go down, but I've noticed in a couple of mine it didn't go down, so I kind of push it down a little bit. So you don't want that sticking up too much. So that'll be kind of sharp, So I kind of push it down with, the end of it. And I never used to have to do that with these before. And I think one right here would be pretty. See how that's sticking up? I don't know if you can see that. It kind of sticks up. See right there? So I want to push that down just a little bit. But I mean, if you get them new, they don't do that. There, just like that. There's our card. Do you love it? I love it. I think it would make any mother smile on Mother's Day, right? It's so beautiful. I just love it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this aside because this takes a little while to dry. All right, and let's do our next card. So our next card is going to be a birthday card, or you can send in your warmest wishes on your special day. You can probably send that on a special day someone has. But I think it makes a real pretty birthday card. Okay, and when I have a ribbon that is thin like this, what I like to do is I like to put a paper in the middle, because your ribbon, my ribbon stopped right here and here, and that kind of hides it and makes it look decorative. But now, like, say, okay, so let me get the ones that the papers we're going to make for this card here. Let's see, what did I do here? Here it is. All right, so this is my base. I use black, Kraft, white, and cream. That's the colors I use. Like to use when I make cards. And this is my my color here. Can you see that? It's so pretty. I don't know if that'll show up very. It's so orangish. It's so beautiful. I love that. And this is the ribbon we're going to put on it. And let's see, I made this already. And then let's see what else. We're going to be putting some flowers down here. And then I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do first. That's why I'm showing you all this. But what we want to do is, I think on this one, instead of going all the way across, I think I might want to go underneath. Yeah, because I already showed you that I use that, sometimes I use that tape, to put the ribbon. This one, I'm going to put, yeah, so we'll do that first. We'll put it underneath, so then I can show you how I do it this way too. Okay, let me make sure the ribbon's on the right side. I think it is. Looks like it is. Okay, so, well, actually this ribbon, I cut it kind of short, but I'll show you here. Oh, here, let me get on camera here. There we go. I just like to put it right there. And then I like to turn it, see? And that'll hold your ribbon really nicely. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And then get on this side, turn that around. Okay, and let me make sure it looks a little like it's, let me see, yeah, it'll be a little crooked. You put it a little this way. There we go. About like that would be better. Yep, that's good. Okay, and it holds really nicely. And then, actually, I didn't have to put the tape off because I'm going to put some tape on there now. I always do that. I start taking the tape off and then I go, oh, well, I don't have to, because I put the panel on with the tape too. Okay, then, whoops, wrong side. There we go. Just eyeball it. Let me put this tape down a little bit there. Okay. Okay, there we go. My husband prints some information about why I do these and what materials I use and such. I just love this. He prints that off for me and puts it on the card for me. So that's that. And oh yeah, that's a interesting thought here. We're going to be putting something across here. Forgot about that. Let me show you how we're going to do that. We're going to be using this punch that I got from Stewart. It's nice to store it like that, and then I open it up. And we're going to be using, let's see, you can start from here. I'm going to start from here. Well, let's see. Yeah, I am. I'm going to start from here. And I like to stand up when I do this. So it gives me a little oomph to punch this. And then what you do is you move this to this side and put it right on the design, and then you know you have it in the right place, and you can punch it again, and you see it goes on this side. Isn't that pretty? And then you put it on this design side. See how I'm lining that design up? See how it's not on there, but now it is. You see that? Okay, and then you punch it again, and you just keep punching. I just love this design. It's just so pretty, isn't it? And I believe I made this 2 inches. Let me get my ruler. Well, I already punched it, but yeah, I think this was 2 inches. And it's cool because look at all this stuff it makes. So you get rid of all that stuff. Oh, that's okay. And then I want to do the other side. So let's see. I'll start from here. Start from there, and you put it on the end there, see? So you line it up, punch, and then you move it on this side, and that will give you a continual design on this side, and then you line it up over here. See there? Okay. One more punch. Okay. I just love it. And see, I can store it in my drawers. I have a couple drawers where I put my punches, all my punches. I just love to use punches. Okay, makes a really pretty design, I thought. See? Alright, so on our card, we're going to put that down, and I can start it about right here if I want, or I can start it here, anywhere I want, really. I do like it there. I think it's pretty. Okay, about right down there like that. Okay, so, and then we're gonna you know, cut this part off right here. So let's see here. I'm gonna draw a line so I know where to cut that. Right, like that. Okay. And you know, I love this glue that I use to put these on. See, I have another one now for another card. How about that? Okay, and what I do is I use this glue here. It's Tombow Mono liquid glue, and it adheres very well. There is one, I believe, that's here's a little bit more, a bit, you know, if you need like a little. Oh, I just love that. A little, and it's called Beacon 3-in-1 or 1 and 3. I have it in on my other desk. I'll check it in a second, but I want to get this on. And I just put it in between. It's probably kind of hard to tell on my black pad here how I'm doing it. But in between the holes, see? Alright, let's stick that. Let me line it up sort of where I have this, because I like the way I put it there. About right there. Okay. There we go. There we go, and keep pressing it on. And this could get a little sticky too if it comes through. You just take it off. Oh, I just really like that. I think it's so pretty. Okay, now the ribbon is sticking a little bit up because I didn't, you know, I didn't adhere the ribbon totally here. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a zot under there, and I think it'll hold it. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's see, let me get underneath here. I think, yeah, I have just one on here, so just push it on there and pull it up. That should work it. Yep, and that does it. Okay, now I have, like I say, one already made. So we had a lot to make today, so I wanted to, you know, make it ahead of time. And you know what I made? I'll show you what I did. Remember I told you at the beginning of the video, sometime or other, that I wanted to make several sentiments. You know, I was going to do that while I made the cards. So on this one, this is my first one I did, this one here. So I started to do that, and these are all the ones. Look at, can you see this? And then I used my pressed floral scraps for other cards. And so this is a lily. Isn't that pretty? That would be pretty for a card. And a viola. The violas are pretty, aren't they? This was a little rose that I had. Okay, there's another one. The violas. The purple flowers, and then the delphinium. So anyway, but you know, this took me quite a while, like I say, you know, and I thought, if I'm going to make a lot of cards, which I love to do, January and February, I'm not going to get a lot of cards done. So I decided not to make the sentiments, that I'll just make the sentiments when I make the cards. So anyway, all right, so now I'm going to, I already have, this is called Cosmos, you know. There's beautiful orange Cosmos. And so we'll use that one. I thought that was pretty. And so let's put that on. Our ATG gun. Now let's see, I am going to put a bow. So this is one of my bows that I got. I'm going to cut that first before I put this on, actually. Let's see. I think that was a little long, so I just want to shorten that. It might not be as short as I want it, but we'll see. Okay, I just want to make room for everything. I think that looks really pretty. Now, let's see, that's going to go on top. Okay, I like to get it about right like that. Okay, and I'm going to use my Zot again for our bow. And you can put, like, you know, there's small, so you can put two if you want. I think just the one will hold it. Right there, kind of in the center of my sentiment. Oh, I think that's pretty. This doesn't that look like yarn to me. I don't know if it is or not. It's just something that I had, you know, in my craft room for years that I used that I made a bow out of. Okay, now these little flowers. Let's see, how am I going to do that? I thought of using both of these. This is again the Cosmos. Okay, I think what I'll do, that looks a little too much. I think I like the yellow a little bit. But I think that I will actually get rid of some of this part here. I don't think I like it as much. I think it's a little too much. Yeah, just like that. I think that makes it really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take my ATG gun again. Tuck that under. And I'll show you something. I do have one of these if I ever want to use that. But you know, I hesitate to use these because, you know, then the whole thing gets thrown out and then you get one of these again. I don't know, and there's not too much glue, you know, the tape in there. Runner, I just feel like I'll just use them whenever I actually have to, you know, if I absolutely have to. I'm just like that with those, and I don't know. So let me put this down again. Let's see, I think I like it like right here. Yeah, looks pretty. Okay, and then this here. Okay, we're almost finished with our cards. so glad if you stuck with me this whole time. I hope I'm giving you some ideas how to use your scraps, you know, and to make your birthday cards and Mother's Day cards. Okay, here we go. And there's our card. Oh, I just love this one too. Do you? Okay. And actually, you know, these cards are going to be available for you if you'd like them. They're $4 each, and they're available in we have a card shop now on my website. So so check that out if you'd like, and you'll see a lot more cards there. And then you'll also see I have we print all my most of my original watercolor designs for 5x7 greeting cards, and those are wonderful too. So we offer both 5x7 type cards. And so now I want to show you, I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to show you the Valentine's cards that I made, okay? And I had a lot of fun. Oh, look at all these cards that I made. Now, you know, sometimes I make Valentine's cards for a lot of people and sometimes I don't. But this year, you know, I had some time, and I wanted to make either maybe this type of card or this type. And these are, you know, papers that I get from, that I have in my scraps for years. But I just really love, I'm going to start pulling some stuff out that I use to make these cards. This punch here, the little punch, it's a 5/8 inch and 1 7/16 inch. And these are my workhorses for all these cards. It's just a lot of fun, you know, to do that. And then I have these ribbon scraps and these doilies. I just love to use doilies. Do you? In your card making? And So let me show you some of these. And these are a type that I use like almost the whole doily, and these were like so like I've had these for years in the craft, and I thought I've got to use these. Then this is my watercolor, you know, work here, just scraps that I've had, scraps of ribbon. And what's nice to use on these when I put my sentiments, if I write my sentiments in there, I'll show you what I've been using for that. So I made this type too. See, this type. I made this type, which I'll show you a bunch. Let me see if I can show you those first, I suppose. Okay, it starts about right here. So see, I use different color paper and those punches, and then this one. And this is, you know, this stuff here that I showed you before. Just peeled that off, and that matched really well with this card, I thought. And then let me see. I'm trying to find my my doilies. My doilies that I used were these here. What I did is on these, let's see if I can find one. Like I like this one as far as the doily. You know, you just cut here and here, see, and then you tuck it under. You tuck it under. See how that's tucked under? And I like to do that. I think the 4 looks better than that little one there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 humps. You tuck it under, and then you get your pretty papers. And I want to talk about these pens. These are called Posca Pens. I just picked these up. And let me show you this. Let's see. Let me grab this here. Okay. I had a gift certificate from my son Jonathan, and for Christmas, and so I was able to get some Posca pens from Dick Blick, and they are wonderful. My Uniball Signo gel pen, my white gel pen, was drying out. I just couldn't believe it. So I got these Posca pens, and they're supposed to be better. And they work really well. And let me tell you, when you first get these, you know, you gotta shake them. You gotta shake them, okay. And then what you do is you gotta bring the ink down by doing this. You punch it. I don't know if you can hear that. You punch it, and then it'll start coming down. And if it doesn't, sometimes it takes, you know, I've used this pen, you know, for the Valentine's cards, so it's, you know, the ink's down there, but you got to shake it maybe 4, 5, 6 times. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't come down right away. But they are just wonderful. And I'll show you something. Let me see if I can find my, oh yeah, here. I wanted to show you this, the difference. Now I love these permanent markers. I just love them. But you know, sometimes I'll show you the difference with these Posca pens. Sometimes when you go to write, you can't see it. So you can't see my name. You know, on the darker papers. But I tell you, with these. And that's why I wanted to see if they worked on my darker papers when I wrote Happy Valentine's Day on here. Look at this. Look how nice that shows up. And so that's the difference. And the thing is, they don't take long to dry at all. You know, not like if you had gel pens, they take, you know, like I used to put gel pens stuff that I used overnight to dry, but these, they dry pretty quick. Let me see, it might even be dry now. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. It's dried. It's dry. How about that? So I really like, they're quite expensive. I think a box of 8 was something like $24.95 or something. So they're quite expensive, but you know, I had a gift certificate. Thank you, Jonathan. So I enjoy that. So let me show you just quickly the rest of these cards, you know, to give you some ideas what you can do for your Valentine's Day cards. Okay, so I showed you that one, that one, that one. Then isn't that pretty one too? And this was pretty. What this was it was a scrap that actually adhered, you know, the doily adhered to a piece of paper. And I thought, well, if I put a, you know, punch it, it'll make a real pretty design there, you know, and match. So I like that. And I always like, I use those Posca pens, you know, or is that a permanent? Well, that's the Posca pen. Or my permanent marker I could use because it's lighter. I did that. So these were basically that, you know, design that I wanted to use. Look at, isn't this a pretty one too? This kind of shines. Just love using all my scrap paper, you know. Now then I wanted to maybe put 3 hearts, you know, down a line, and then I did this one, you know, and these are my scraps. I just put it on the corner, and you know, I used this glue. This glue is just wonderful for that, Tombow glue, for that. And oh, these little things here, I'll show you. My daughter Susan gave me this one year. You know, she says, Mommy, maybe you can use this. So you know, these little things came in there. I have one more. Oh yeah, this little the arrow, that was really cute. And I just put that on there, and then she gave me these little hearts one year. So I did that, and this is one that I did. Now this paper here, you know, I bought a long time ago this K&C company paper, and then they had this down one side of that, the pad on the top of the pad. So I cut that out, and then I used my white Posca pen and wrote that. I don't have a Happy Valentine's Day stamp, so I just write it on there, you know. And this is from Watercolor. And let's see. So, oh my, I have so much on my desk. So this is one card that I thought looked really pretty. You know, you can put your hearts there. And then I thought this was interesting. Made it fun, you know, and I put the dots all over. And this was from actually a magazine. And then I just really thought this was very pretty, and I just put that there. And then this one I thought was unusual but interesting, you know, and I used like 3 different I used the pink one, the white one, and the black one. I thought, well, let's use, mostly what I like to do is if I use a color, I like to use it somewhere else. So I put the dots here and all around the hearts. So oh, so I had a lot of fun. Then these cards here, you know, were made with the whole doily, and then I just cut the doily here and my watercolor paper. I'll quickly go through those. These are just different papers and different things that I've made. And thought those looked really nice. So you take, like, you know, 2 or 3 designs, and you can make a whole bunch of cards. And so I wanted to get this video done so I can get these cards out, because Valentine's Day is, do you believe it, next weekend. So so I wanted to show you all of this, and I just hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed, you know, watching all the cards that we made. Okay, here are the 3 cards that we made today. I think they're so pretty. This beautiful birthday card, another birthday card, and the Mother's Day card. And now, when I do make a card with a black base, what I like to do is I like to put a lighter piece of thin paper in the middle, and I just put the ATG gun, you know, I run it along the top, and so that, you know, I can write in here and it'll show up. And so I just want to also show you the card that I'm going to give Tom this year, my Valentine's card. It's this one here. I made it like last year or a couple years ago. It was in my, you know, card supplies, and then you know, in the inside I put those cute little hearts. So I'm real excited to give them those. And now all the cards will be put in the shop, in our card shop on our website. We offer those, but give Tom, a little time, because I just gave him 45 cards. So he's got to actually scan all those in and put those in. But what's available in our card shop are all my watercolor greeting cards. So that's fun to look at if you'd like to go on our website. I just want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you had fun today. This was a lot of fun for me, and I hope I gave you some ideas so you can use some tools and techniques, to use for your card making too. So until next time, happy creating.